Awesome, karibuni tena, welcome back again to Itugi TV. This is yet another My Life in Prison story. Na today tuko na Mr. Baraza. Baraza amekuwa in prison, alikuwa amefungwa for 10 years, but amekuwa in prison for 6 and 7 months. Na leo ni atakuwa anatupigia story yake, but before nimemuintroduce kwenyu, kindly make sure hapa hivi chini, hapa chini kuna kuwa na kitu ka red. Kako bado kako red. Kama bado kako red, bado just subscribe, kindly subscribe, turn on the notifications bell ndio kuange ever notified kila time tunaletea a new video like this. And also do not forget to follow us on each and every social media platform. Na kama pia uko na an interesting story like yenye trend au kusikiza leo, kindly reach us out through these numbers na itakuwa fresh pia. If you do not forget to share this video far and wide and leave a like on this video and share this video na itakuwa fresh. So Mr. Baraza, yes. Kwa fresh kabisa kabisa. Karibu hapa Itugi TV.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, asante kwa kuja. I know pia watazamaji wamekutegea sana. They are expecting to hear from you.
Okay.
Na but before tumeendelea kujuana, ningependa uchukue fursa usalimie watazamaji through this camera, umbi Baraza ni nani, umetoka wapi, and tuendelea tukijuana.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Mimi naitwa Isaac Barasa. Natoka Bungoma County. Bungoma County is part of the Western Kenya counties.
Yeah.
Sub-county inaitwa Bungoma South.
Okay.
The village inaitwa Kimugui. Yeah.
Okay.
So Isaac Barasa was born 32 years ago. And he grew up in a primary school called Navtola Primary School, where school I got 317 marks.
Wow.
Then I joined Kimugui High School, of which I did my exams in 2009.
Okay.
I got a C stand. Then thereafter I opted to hustle. I started teaching from my home school, then Navtola, but I never lasted here for some time, in fact 2 months. Then I moved to another school in Zoya. There's an area called Zoya Sugar Company, just 17 kilometers from home.
Okay.
Yeah, and before that, I'm the firstborn, Kwetu, in a family of 6. So we have 3 boys and 3 girls.
Awesome.
So I'm the breadwinner in short. So
the breadwinner, kwani wazazi wako wapi?
Okay, I have my mother who's just a housewife. Yeah. To some little farming there, but to join my community, I come from Bukusu community, whereby a boy is a man.
Yeah.
And you should show your manhood as the head.
Yes.
That's why I'm saying that I'm the breadwinner. I see myself as the breadwinner because after the demise of my father, then I should the responsibility. Yeah, exactly. Okay. That's why now I'm getting.
So when did your dad pass away?
He passed away in 2009 in April.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, almost kumaliza your form 4.
Almost, but siku allow any effect because ingeni affect performance. But in short, it didn't affect because I did not want to score C plane. I was a good performer, but it affected me because I had very good vision. He could have sponsored me to pursue higher education after that.
Okay.
But all in all, that's what happened after exams and after his demise. Yeah.
Pole sana for the loss.
Okay, thank you.
So umeenda to work in another school after now Form 4, which is almost 14 kilometers away from your
17,
home. 17.
Yeah.
So take us through after that.
Yeah, I taught for close to 4 months. There's a certain primary school, but it's a private one, in public school. And in a local school, you're not taken that way seriously in terms of payment, because you are taken as just paying back to society. And it's my former school, so it was like I was helping my sisters and brothers there.
Yeah.
Then I was even the head boy in that school. So I was a role model. Then I was like paying back to society. So I decided, because I was the firstborn, I wanted also to be financially stable somewhere, to become responsible in one way or another. So I had to look for a private school that is in Zoya Sugar, and that school is called, if I can remember, I can't remember exactly the name, but it's just within the outskirts of Zoya Sugar. It's called Jovio Academy.
Okay.
I remember. So I did there close to 4 or 5 months. But in the process, I was in a relationship with a certain girl in a nearby secondary school. That school is called Rehema.
Rehema High School.
School.
Okay.
The fence, the one that separates the two schools.
Okay.
Yeah, they are like sister, but the owners are different.
Okay.
So I was just in a relationship, just interacting, but I had finished school, then I was a teacher, but this was a girl in a high school. Sasa nikawa na uhusiano naye, kila time naenda kukutana naye, after school naenda kukutana naye. So I remember very well in 2010 now, July. I decided to go home because I had stayed for a very long time. Nilikuwa nimekaa sana kwa muda kama siendi nyumbani, hata kama ilikuwa karibu. So nikaamua kwenda nyumbani hiyo mwezi wa 7, tarehe 15 pale. Nikaamua kwenda. Kumbe wakati nimeenda nyumbani, huyu msichana mwenye nilikuwa naonekana naye kila wakati tukiongea, naye pia ametoroka kule.
Ametoroka kwao?
Kwao. Sasa sijui mahali alienda. Unajua wasichana za kuwa na marafiki wengi. Sasa because mimi ndio nilikuwa najulikana, nilikuwa natembea naye, hata wakiuliza kila mtu tu wangesema tu mzaiza. Walikuwa wamejua walikuwa wamejua, that's why walinikujia haraka sana. So hiyo mwezi wa 7 tarehe 22 Thursday. Hapo ndio nilishikwa, because kwa nimeenda nyumbani, nilikuwa nimepanga ikifika Saturday then kuliko back to work, kwa sababu wanafunzi walikuwa wamefanya mitihani na ilikuwa wakati ya marking, alafu tukombaye reports ndio tufunge hiyo mwezi wa 8. So 22nd pale, just some few days ndio tufunge shule, nikashikwa na polisi. Polisi wakaniambia, unajua kwa nini umeshikwa? Nikasema sijui. Akasema kuna msichana fulani unamjua? Nikasema namjua. Nikashikwa, tukatoka, tukafika njiani, wakaniambia unajua huyo mzee? Nikasema namjua. Ni nani? Nikasema ni baba fulani, ni mmoja tu.
So, na wanakushika aje na hawajapata dem kwenyu?
Walinishika because walijua ni mimi nakuanga naye. Hiyo ndio information walikuwa wamepewa na wazazi na all other people wenye walikuwa wamefanya uchasusi. Sasa kwenda kushikwa, kapelekwa police station, kalala huko. Ilikuwa Thursday, nikalala Thursday. Friday msichana pia aliletwa ameshikwa. Asubuhi sasa mimi sijui mahali alikuwa ametoka. Alafu tukawekwa tu pamoja pale. Friday tukakaa mchana hivi, tukaambiwa tuandike statement. So msichana akaandikia kando, pia mimi nikaandika statement kando.
So nyinyi mmekuwa cell pamoja, so ukupata hata chance ya kumuuliza kwenye alikuwa? Niliongea naye sana. Kamwambia umetoka wapi? Unajua kuna vile hataki kukuambia, nakwambia tu nitakuelezea. Then kuna polisi pale. Sasa kuna ile hataki kuwa open sana. But little did I know that hiyo ndio ilikuwa the only chance naweza ongea naye hapo. Kwa sababu after kuandika statements hapo ndio alitolewa, akapelekwa kwao sasa officially. Hata nikamuuliza ulikuwa wapi? Akasema tu achana na hiyo kwanza. So tukaandika statement. Bisiko kama statement yake. Of course bila chenye niliandika. Niliandika nini?
mimi nilieleza tu kila kitu vile nimekuambia, niwaambia ukweli. I'm always in relationship with this girl, but not that way romantic. But I had intentions of that, especially after high school. Hata nilikuwa nimemwambia. But now, hiyo kutoroka kwake is what brought so many issues. Mpaka nikawa retraced na nikachukuliwa kama was responsible, but I wasn't responsible.
So yeye venye aliandika statement yake, you didn't have any chance of going through whatever she had written?
Kwanza tu walimleta tukakutana naye hapo kwa dock ya polisi pale. Only some few minutes tukasalimiana tukaongea. Kuna polisi pale manaka alisema mnasalimiana muongee kidogo. So in the process ya kuongea kidogo kuna askari akaja akasema nataka muandike statement. So yeye akaenda kwanza kuandika statement.
Okay.
Sasa mimi nikatolewa nikapelekwa kwa wanaume huko kando. So hapo ndio the last time kuwa naye. Till today.
So after statement
tukapelekwa, mimi nikabaki pale. Nikabaki kwa wanaume huko wenye wako sale huko different crimes. Akabaki huko mbele. Hiyo wakati watu kwa na wasichana hapo ama wanawake hapo ama sijui. But sioni kama tulikuwa na wanawake, so akawekwa hapo for some time kidogo, then akaachiliwa akaenda home na wazazi wake. So ikafika Saturday, polisi akaniambia we are going to take you to court on Monday. Tunaenda kushtaki na makosa ya attempt defilement ya mwanafunzi wa shule. If you have your parents ama mtu mwenye unafikiri anaweza kusaidia, this is the time unaweza muita kusaidia ama wajue mahali huko. So mimi basically yule mtu ningeona angenisaidia was only mom, but mom alikuwa very busy, na tena si mtu mwenye anaweza offer ile help yenye ingetakikana sana, especially hiring the lawyer. Now that I was just innocent, hata sijui sheria, hata sijui kitu inaitwa attempt defilement ni nini. Naona. So nika call my brothers wadogo kuja, of course wakakuja tu, but they don't know the action to take. But in the real sense, wangekuwa watu wenye wako too much exposed, at least wange hire a medical assistance ama lawyer mwenye angenisaidia nijue uzito wa hii kesi ni nini na vile nasajitetea mahakama. But walikuja tu wakaniona na polisi wakasema kama hawa ndio your siblings, sioni kama watasaidika sasa, because the complainant wants you to be in court by Monday. Nikasema ina shida, wacha tuende tu nione vile kutakuwa. So on that very Monday asubuhi, polisi akakuja kaniambia, Isaac, we are on the way to court, Ugoma, no courts. Tukiwa tu pamoja na msichana alikuwa amekalia mbele huko, but kwanza tulikaa na yeye, nikajaribu kumwongelesha, she was not talking.
So pia hii time yote since Friday pia dema kwa police station?
Yeah, aliachiliwa tu Friday hiyo tu hiyo yenyewe.
Okay.
Na akaenda na wazazi wake.
Na Monday anakamaje?
Mimi sijui mahali alitoka. Of course alienda na babake, obviously alikuwa kwao. Alafu sasa Monday ndio sasa analetwa, mimi nimeingizwa kwa gari ya polisi, pia akakuja ku, in fact haikuwa ya polisi, pia tu kwa public means. So tukakaa na yeye kwenye msonga, jaribu kumwongelesha, ingawa iko na watu wengi, hakuwa na watu hata ni polisi tu na sisi, jaribu kumwongelesha, lakini hataki kuongea. Because I wanted to know exactly hata pia mimi ndio nitajitetea na ulagani mko. So in the process, ya askari ambaye pia alikuwa rafiki yangu, tulikuwa tunakutana, nilikuelezea, kaniambia hii kesi yako ni complicated kidogo, hiki tutafanya, kubali tu hii kesi, at least itakuwa nyepesi. Kwa sababu nikikuangalia sioni mtu mwenye atakusaidia. Now that wewe ndio firstborn mko, wewe kubali, kesi itakuwa rahisi. Kama unataka kuachiliwa, Niambia kwa rahisi urudi kwa familia au ikubali. And because I wanted to go back to my family. And I trusted the man in uniform, police. The police ameniambia. So I had to do the way I wanted because I wanted to go back to my family. Ni kitu imekuja ghafla, sijatarajia. So nikaenda kotini Monday hiyo. Mashtaka ikasomwa, nikaitikia. Saa hiyo my brother nikafungwa 10 years.
The same day.
The same day. Na hiyo kotini tulikuwa nakumbuka kulikuwa na mzee mwingine wa kwetu tu hapo. Mpaka akaniona akashtuka. In fact, was a friend to my father before his demise. Sasa ndiye alipeleka ujumbe nyumbani officially. Akasema kijana amefungwa 10 years na hakuna mtu alikuwa anamsaidia huko. Sasa hata ajua amefungwa aje. Naona. So nikapelekwa prison pale.
So before tumeitikia judge alikuuliza aje ama alikusomea nini?
Okay, alisoma tu kwa Kiswahili akasema unashtakiwa kwamba umekuwa na uhusiano. Akasema tu uhusiano na msichana fulani. Akamemtaja pale. Of course hakuwa hapo by then.
Sahiyo.
Najua hizo leto sahiyo ataletwa baadaye kwa chemba sasa. Unakubali mashtaka ama ukubali? Mimi nikakubali because najua nilikuwa nimeambiwa na polisi if you want these things to be easy, kubali kwa sababu mimi mwenyewe najua uzito wa hii kitu. Na ukikataa utaitoka jela tena na utarejelea familia yako. Licha ya kwamba nilikuwa nimemaliza shule, I was just a village boy mwenye sikujua exactly what's crime, uzito, crime ni nini, allegations zenye nimewekwa uzito yake and the consequences. So I had to do the way the police told me. So baada ya kuitikia nikafungwa 10 years. My brother nikapelekwa ndani huko. Nikakaa, nikashtuka, nikaona correction facility looks like, nikaona hoi, this is not the place for me to be now. You get good people, kuna wengine wabaya. So mpaka na realize this is not place to be.
So what were your expectations after now? Zakarau amekuambia enda uitikie. Nini ulikuwa una expect after unaitikia?
You know, initially nilikwambia this is a person I know. Tulikuwa tunakutana na club, kuna club huko Zoya Sugar ya Kojiball. Na ni mtu nilikuwa najua but sikuwa najua ni police of course. Lakini mtu tunakaa vile tumekaa na yeye. So baada kujuana hali pale, of course I must trust you because I always see you. Then secondly, whatever you're telling me I don't know, so I must at least have confidence in whatever you're telling me. Na ameniambia, kwanza amekuambia anakuhurumia kwa sababu you don't have someone who will assist you in this. So if you want things to be somehow smooth and to have hope, to come back to your people, because I know the complainant of this thing, the way he's pushing this thing, he has no good intention of your life. Utaitikia. Then you see other things going. So if you are you, kama ungekuwa mimi ungefanyaje? And of course wewe hujui kitu. Could have done. Then it's not just an ordinary person. Ni mtu unaweza mjua, ni mtu very common to you, but then is a police officer. Na alikwambia na kuhurumia, ungefanyaje?
Itikia tu.
Exactly.
So vile ulifungwa miaka 10, did you understand the magnitude of the sentence?
In fact, immediately after passing of the sentence, that was the irony. I never expected such. In fact, I saw a very dark cloud covering my whole face. I never expected such. I was expecting maybe to offer an apology, something like that, or something different, the way I was told. but not that one.
Ushaifika tena in your life?
I've never.
Hiyo ndio ilikuwa
The first time, leave alone kushikwa, interacting with bad company, something not of my sort. In fact, my father was a very disciplinarian guy. So I cannot allow myself to interact with anyone. So, vile nakwambia I was naive that way. So hata sasa nitajuaje unafuta bangi, sigara, pombe. Ukiwa huko ndio utajua inakuwa makosa. But I had no time for such. Then no time for interacting with such a people. Because I need to be a role model, and I'm the firstborn. I have to lay background for my young siblings. Yeah.
So, umepelekwa prison.
Yeah.
Umeingia police station for the first time, courtroom for the first time.
You've been handcuffed now.
Umekuwa handcuffed for the first time. Umefungwa 10 years. Umepelekwa prison for the first time.
Yeah.
Kulikuwaje?
Hey, my brother, I tell you, if I didn't die, then I'll never die. If I didn't die, I just remember that Monday as if it's just yesterday. Yeah. I told you, a dark cloud covered my eyes. I never saw anything. I never saw people. Yeah. Then I was just thinking, 10 years from now. And you know, I had plans of my life. I had planned my life to have a degree in the next 3 to 4 years. Yeah? Having a well-paying job, assisting my siblings to accomplish their academics, supporting my mother. Then you are telling me you will be 10 years away from your family.
Ulikuwa how old ukishikwa?
It was because I finished high school with 18 years. I was 20 years. Yeah, because I'm now 32. I was only 20 years. Yeah. So 20 years plus 10, that will be 30 years. You see? So it demoralized me very much. It made me to lose hope completely. Thank God in prison there's no you can commit suicide. But I had plans on take away my life, sincerely saying. Because I was just saying now, after 10 years, where will be my age mates? Then the validity of my dreams, where will they be? Now, how will society see me after that? Then that fear of meeting maybe criminals there, because there we have people who committed crimes and so many people are innocent. They don't know why they are there, or drugs or peer pressure influence their situations there. So I had fear of my fate. So kwa pale it made me to run into depression for quite some quality time, because I was living in denial. I think the first 3 days I never ate. I never ate anything. The morning porridge was brought, and then I was like, what's this for now? And then some colleagues there kept mocking me. They told me, no, you're a visitor. Don't take porridge. There's some few meat inaundwa kwa ajili yako. You see?
Unaleta wanyama.
Yeah, so I never ate that day. I never saw it. Second day. See? So that situation of accepting myself took quite substantial of my time then. I decided not to talk to anyone. Just to be alone. Just alone.
Na nyama yenye ulikuwa unaambiliwa ilikuja?
Nothing like that.
Ulirealize lini nyama ikuji?
After 1 week. These guys were already messing me around.
So ulikaa 1 week bila food?
I stayed for 3 days without food. Then the 4th day, there's a friend of mine, a certain guy from Delgon. Those guys in Rimandis, the ex-police, brought some rice, at least for me to eat. That's Bungoma prison.
Ex-police, kina nani?
There's someone, I remember the name, called Ngoria.
Ngoria.
There were guys who were in remand for murder cases there.
Kina Chebus.
Exactly, Jepusi, that guy. Yeah, Ngoria, Jepusi, and there was another guy there.
Yeah, there were 4 of them.
Yeah, if you know them, they know me very well. They are good guys. Then they decided to welcome me in their room. They say, oh, this guy is very innocent, he's young here. If we can leave him, he's likely to die. Yeah. In fact, I was the only person sitting in those remedies, if you know them very well. In fact, there's another one called Isaac, like me. In fact, he accommodated me because I'm his namesake.
We have only done interview at Chabus. Zao ingine ziko on the way coming.
Jebusi knows me very well. If you can ask him, and he can tell me exactly.
Introduce kwake hata ako huku.
Yeah, if you can, he remembers me very well.
Yeah,
so those are the guys who rescued me, because in fact they realized I had bad intentions of my life. If you can remember very well, I never knew who I am by then. I was just living in denial. And I just wanted to die. That was my intention. I just wanted to take away my life. Yeah. But the guy realized, no, now they were staying in a church house. Their cell was church, and more respectable house. So they took me there. So they made me interact in such a sessions. In fact, I was preaching to them, but I never knew it was just a healing process. They were trying me to make me busy, at least to forget those evil minds. Yeah.
So, ilikuwa after how long?
That one took some time. After coming to realize myself, but not fully, after 7 months. Now they told me.
So after 7 months, ndio unaanza kurealize by the way niko prison.
And I start now accepting myself. I'm in prison, but not that way fully. Because every time my young siblings pay visit, they come to cry at me. Whenever they see me in those clothes, they cry. Instead of now helping me to recover, they was in the situation. So I go back to where I was, in fact. So I feel I'm missing my family. I'm missing quite something that I don't know. So it drained my brains for some time. But thank God for those guys you've mentioned, the likes of Jebus in Korea. They helped me much. You need a companion in there. Otherwise, you can die. You can die before even that sentence they've imposed against you.
So when did you come to accept that you were a prisoner?
Yeah, after some time, those in Korea, because they had a good connection with the Offset Church of Bungoma, they realized I'm too much academic, and because I was preaching there, they knew this guy is so progressive. So they talked to the Offset Church. When they were going to have their private talks with the Offset Church, they say, we have a young guy there. He has been incarcerated, but he's very progressive. We humbly pray you and request on his behalf to be taken to Naivasha in prison. At least we hear there we have programs, very constructive programs that can help this guy to achieve something good other than just being here. He's being exposed to psychological torture by his siblings who doesn't offer help. Instead, they cry at him. But now the officer in charge was very positive. In fact, he called me, then he told me, would you like to go back to school and pursue what you want? In fact, I took that one as a reprieve. I was very positive and willing. In fact, I accepted very fast. That's now 2011.
Okay.
I accepted very fast. So he said, I'm going to take you there as long as I get a quite good number of people I want to take there, I'm going to request for your accommodation there. Because there they want people who can do quite something. You know, Naivasha is a very large prison, and they cannot offer positions like us. Those people are convicted 10 years. Those are minimum sentences. They are not supposed to be there. They are the maximum. Maximum for long-term prisoners, convictees there. But now I was special one because this is the officer in charge trying to request on behalf. So I was accepted to go there. So after like 3 months, we got quite some good number of convictees there. So we were taken to, we were not taken directly to Naivasha. We were taken to prison in Nyanza there called Kibose. Kibose. So we stayed there. That was in July 2011. We stayed there for 3 months, 3 to 4 months, because I remember we reached in Naivasha December 2011. Let me just say 2012, because 2012 started when I was now in Naivasha. Okay. So we just went there to Kiposo. It also took some time, but now with the request of going to Naivasha. So the officer in charge there was also to follow the order request, from his colleague from Bungoma. So we are just on transit, to be precise. So after reaching there, we were taken to Naivasha. Yeah.
So umefika Naivasha.
Yeah.
Nini ita happen Naivasha?
In Naivasha, when we reached there, I met a sea of prisoners.
A sea of prisoners?
Yeah. Over 6,000. Long term. Those who served the term more than even my age. So when you talk about 10 years, it's like you're mocking them. When come on our chekele. You're going. In fact, they say, umesema tu, unatoka kesho unatuambia nini? And I told you, I was in depression also. I had not healed fully. So in fact, that was a healing process in itself. I was sympathizing about myself. Then I hear people saying, you're going tomorrow. Don't talk even to us. You've stayed in prison more than even your age. So someone has stayed in prison over 25 years, and here you're only 20, 21. So what can you say there? So I also found therapy in itself. So I find at least there's some hope here. Yeah. Then after reaching there, I saw there are quite some activities there. There's a school, there is other vocational courses. So for me, I was not much in vocational training, but I wanted to feel at home. I wanted to continue with the lectures I had outside. So I felt more comfortable to teach my fellow colleagues. So I made there a school, well-established school. We have a principal there. I went to the panel. They have a panel of also recruiting.
Oh, for it?
Yeah, you cannot just teach that way. So they recruited me. I started teaching.
So nani wana recruit ama ni mtu unapikiwa up kulingana na?
No, it's more, in fact it's so more competitive than what we have here. Because you have to apply. Then after applying for the job, you are called for the interview. And it has a panel of interviews. We have police officers, 6 police officers and 6 inmates interviewing, and all sorts of questions. Ambiguous questions for you. Yeah. And it's not easy for you to pass that, by the way. It's not easy. So for me, it was at least easier because I feel like now this is something I was doing. So when I started doing it, I felt some relief in myself. I took these guys like my pupils I was teaching. Okay. So I was doing it with all my heart. You see? Yeah. Then I applied through the panel. It was led by Bonaventure with the principal, senior principal there. We have officers there.
You found Bonaventure when he was the principal?
He was a senior principal there. And we have several deputies. We have around, I think, 4 deputies there.
4?
Deputy principal. We have 2 in primary, then we have 2 to in secondary, because we have secondary, then we have tertiary accountancy college. That's a very large school composing over 1,500 students. It's more of a school. It's not. In fact, that's not a prison. That's a correction facility. For someone who is positive-minded, that's the place where you can reactualize yourself and come back to your senses. It made me realize where I am. Then go back to my roots now, where I'm supposed to be, and forget what I had passed through. In fact, I wanted to stay away from my family because they made me suffer more psychologically than when I'm away. So I just moved very away from them, at least to have that space for healing.
Also, kupelekwa Naivasha maximum prison,
it was a relief in itself. Okay. Because if I could have stayed there, I could have just come worse more than I came in.
Sasa umejoin shule, unafunza nini?
There was, in fact, I never taught now primary school. Because there I realized it was more worse than outside here. People don't even know how to write there. So I opted to teach secondary school. So I was teaching chemistry, biology and geography, the whole school. So I taught the whole of 2012. Then the principal and the head of prison, Mr. Patrick Mwenda. So I was very, very productive and very progressive. He requested me to recite for exams. So that now I may now actualize higher grades than what I got. Then I accepted. That is 2013 now. So 2013 I realized I decided to stop teaching.
Kajoin kama student.
Yeah, but now learning on my own.
Class?
I was only going to class also, but now to learn more, I think I was to learn alone mostly. I could achieve more better than expected. So those students, they have special accommodation facilities. They are not like common people who just mingle and interact here. So you have those avenues, platform where you can learn. They have their special houses. Now that I was a teacher, so I was living with teachers. So I had very good time for me to learn. So I registered. I learned. I took it very seriously. Now that it's the boss, the head of the prison, who told me, then that was a directive. So I had to take it very seriously. Because he was the one who told me, now you can now even actualize more marks if at all you study. So I sat for exams. 2013. When the results were there in 2014, I got a B minus.
Wow.
My friend.
From assistant to a
B minus. And learning my role. And with the help of some teachers, we have some, there at Naivasha we have some prison officers. They are not officers, those are teachers. Apart from just being uniformed, they are there to help.
Okay.
I cannot mention all of them, but they are good guys. Even inmates. We have inmates who are teachers. Many of them, they are there. So also that platform offers them a chance also to re-energize their skills they used to have before their incarceration. So they also help. We have so many. That facility has carried so many professionals. We have even the army officers, we have ex-police. There are so many there. So that's the only avenue you can now exploit your skills. So by interacting with them, it made me even better and score such a great. We have so many people who scored more than what I got, and you know them exactly. And even universities are saying. So after that, 2014, I had a B minus, and that year there's someone who got an A minus. Called Samuel Kichui. Was my friend who used to sit with him. Then there was also Samuel Kamara got a B minus, but he decided again and got A minus also. So from there, I was elevated now from just being a teacher to a special stage, I told you. that one now gave me more platform now to also realize myself more. Now you stay alone. Then I went now back to study as a teacher now, officially. I was made the director of studies of the whole facility.
Oh, wow.
So I was charged to the mandate of direct all the studies in the school. But the major was the senior principal there. And we have some other colleagues above me.
So Lifan, you are director of studies?
Yes.
Oh.
That is 2014, 2015. So 2015, I told you the officer is the one who encouraged me to resit for exams. Yeah. He decided to reappeal the case for me. That's 2015. I'll give you the copy.
Yeah.
He reappealed the case for me in Bungoma High Court. I think the judge there was Helen Omonde, if I can remember very well. He wanted the sentence to be revised, so that now to give me chance to go back to my studies now that I had admission from Moi University to study education, that's English literature. That's what I was called for.
Wow.
But now the decision of the High Court was somehow demoralizing because the judge clinged on the sentiment that the fate of the complainant is not known. Then secondly, the sentence that was imposed to me was the minimum sentence for the case, for the crime. So there's no way she could revise the sentence. Otherwise, she said the remaining term was just very little. So I had to finish those 2 years. That's 2015. Now I came, in fact, I never went to Bungoma itself. The judgment was read in my absentia. It was just sent back to prison. Then it was read to me. Then I said, okay, I have to feature on. After all, I've known who am I now. So I decided to...
So the judgment ili dismiss appeal ama appeal ili grant you?
It dismissed the appeal.
Under which grounds?
First of all, the fate of the complainant is not known. Secondly, the term of imprisonment as per the crime, it was the minimum
sentence concerning the crime.
The crime, so there's no need for the revision of the same.
So, why was the fate of the complainer not, as in, kwani complainer alikuwa wapi?
Okay, I only came to realize this when I came out. The complainer died.
The girl?
Yeah. Just some few, in fact, after my investigation, I realized after some few years, I'm not sure about the year she passed on, but when I went home, the community guys were telling me, hey, you have come. Even the alleged girl died. They were telling me so. So it's when I understood what now the judge, Helen Omonde, wrote, that the fate of the complainant is not known. And you know, when you're in such a facility like maximum prison there are things you cannot know unless you are furnished with. That's the security prison, maximum prison. Communication is restricted. You cannot. There's nothing you can get outside there. Then secondly, if you have focus, you know exactly what you're supposed to. You have no time for such a things. Yeah, exactly.
So after appeal imedismissiwa, ukaamua kuendelea na kifungo.
So the boss called me, then the sentence was read to me. Then he told me, what you do for the remaining 2 years, you can engage in very constructive activities. Although that avenue is not, that latitude is not provided for everyone. Not everyone can interact with the boss. So I felt reprieve. Someone who doesn't know me, in fact, is a Meru, Hallelujah. So such a word is a relief and is a great motivation. Then I feel like I'm so special because I have someone who is after my life, who has good intentions about my life. Na kuna mtu alisema, if life gives you lemon, you make lemonade. So nikasema kama niko hapa sasa, wacha nisome tu ile kitu naona mbele, at least yenye itanisaidia. Nikaangalia hizi vocational courses zinachukua muda mwingi and I have 2 years. So kuna courses hapo nilikuwa namalizia kama hiyo psychological studies, nikamaliza 2016. Tukagraduate. Yeah. So when time came, that is 2017 sharp, the boss called me, told me now it's highest time you need to go home. So I want to take you very close locality to your home. So I was taken to Kitale now. That's 2017 March. Just 3 months
to bring home.
So I was taken there. I said, okay, thank you for your hospitality. Thank you for your great motivation. I'm very grateful. Then I left to Kitale, but I'm sorry the boss died. Mr. Mwenda died just a few years back. So sorry for that, but he was a great man. So I went to Italy, March. So I stayed there for March, April, May. Then on 21st July 2017, early morning, I was released in the morning.
Yeah.
Very happy now to see people, to see outside. In fact, I never hurried to go home. I relaxed first because I was prepared psychologically that I was going home. Then this is the time I've been longing for such a long time. Then I had already actualized myself. I had focus. So in fact, I was prepared to go now home. Yeah, and there I am now.
So how did you feel? Ukiambiwa, oh yeah, aizo muta.
Because this is the time I was waiting for. And you know, being in a special stage, you're not surprised somehow because you have the latitude to move around, at least to go out, to take some prisoners to hospital. So you're not like them.
Oh, so ulikuanga usha hadi upgrade ukishakuwa trusty?
Yeah, when I came there I was already trusty.
Oh, wow.
So you know, I'm not common like these guys. So in fact, I used to go outside, I take them to hospital when they're sick with the police officers. So it was no surprise to me. In fact, it's now, I was very happy because there was no one following me now. Yeah. It's now the great pleasure now to meet again my family. Yeah, that is.
So since upelekwa Naivasha, you never met a member of your family?
They came. They used to come, but not that way as frequent as when I was in Bungoma. They used to come. A year they can come twice or even once. Yeah. But I did it deliberately because I told you they were disturbing to my psychology.
Yeah.
Because they come to cry. In fact, they just come to cry to see me. When they see me that way restricted, they cry. But now when I was there, when they came, when I was elevated now to a trustee, somehow we are talking, laughing, hugging each other. Yeah.
Yeah,
at least. But now the problem is when they're leaving you. Yeah. When they leave, they say you are no more going with them. Now it becomes an issue. Yeah, that's now the problem with that.
Before to enjoy your life after prison, what are the challenges you want to put prison?
Okay, basically challenge kubwa sana is that being homesick. Yeah, that chance of interacting with your family members, that family love, you never have again. And if you have, it's just limited because you only have it once. In fact, in Naivasha there, they used to have a family day.
Yeah.
Once per year.
Yeah.
They can come with food, they can come with whatever they can, so that now you eat and laugh only once. So first of all, that family love you don't have anymore. Secondly, communication, you are restricted. But those are the regulations. You need to abide with them. Then, kitu ingine, stress.
Stress.
You must be stressed. Sometimes you cling on your focus, but sometimes you don't know the well-being of your people. And I tell you, I'm a firstborn, so I must know the welfare of my family. And my father taught me in such a way that he took me as a source of advice when I was still young. So I knew I was the leader in the making when I was still young. So being away from my family still, that one stressed me a lot. I want to know how my sisters are going on, how are they doing the academics. That was my largest concern. So when I think about the welfare, the problems they are passing through, and I was supposed not to be the breadwinner, that one used to worry me a lot. To me, that was the largest challenge. Those are other challenges. There were minor challenges, maybe small shopping. That one I cannot say it was biggest challenge to me because I had much bigger goals to focus on. That are just minor issues like that. Hiyo sasa hata sikuwa nachukulia kitu ngumu because I knew I was only there for very short time. So I had a reason why I should focus on my life more than those small things. Yeah.
So, umetoka on July 21st.
July 21st, 9 a.m. Yeah, 2017. I had to call. I went to the market airport, I phone. I called. In fact, the family was on. I had some money. When these guys were coming to see me, they left some few money in my account. Okay. In fact, I never bought a good phone. It was just a catalog, that one. So I just bought them. But there it was 1,500, 800 there. Yeah. So I called. I had known only 3 to 4 numbers. So I called my family members and say, okay, now I'm coming out. But the way they were prepared for me because they knew I was coming. So as for us, our culture, you must go home, meet your family who are eagerly waiting for you for such a time. Because they are eagerly waiting. Some of them had never even seen you. So that was the highest time to see you. Yeah. So I had to go home. I called them, then I relaxed. Just buy some few time, then I had now to go. Because from Kitale to Bungoma is just 1.5 hours. Yeah. Yeah. So I had to go just after a few hours, then I left.
So kufika home.
Yes, sherehe kidogo, watu shangilie, want to see you, how is your health? And because they were hearing rumors, because after my sterling performance in exam, most of them knew that I was released a long time ago, because that was what was read all over the news and the televisions all around. So in fact they knew I was only hiding. In fact, I never wanted to go home. They never knew that I was still inside. Because when the news read how we performed there, we were released. In fact, I'll give you time also. You go to YouTube and search for the results for the evaluation. You see me being raised up. It was read, they're out. So that's how serious they took that I was already out. Even some came only to confirm my well-being there, if at all I'm there. You see? So when they saw me, I was in good health, very healthy, they said, hey, you are not from there. Then I said I was there. It's not a matter of just knowing who you are, having focus, then reactualizing, that's accepting yourself, and just forging way forward. Yeah, very important. If you don't do that, you will hear people committing suicide. You will hear him dying, crime, issues with drug abuse, you'll see them. Yeah.
Kuna watu walikuwa na dedi ukiwa huko?
So many. And I mean so many.
Reason being?
People commit suicide. Depression, my friend, is real. It's real.
And how can a person commit suicide in prison?
My friend, is also a question I would like to ask you. People commit suicide. They use any mechanism around. Even they hang themselves with those, they can tear up those blankets and hang themselves. So yeah, it happens.
I find it very questionable. So since you're here and
Yeah,
you have
it's
experienced it.
It's
first
true.
hand.
Now that I was in that special stage, I used to see these things. Although I was living alone, but I used to see these things happening. Death was just a common thing. Some of them, they continue with their drug life. They end up losing hope. They die. Yeah. Many die. Many die. Some want to resist change. They decide to fight the administration. How can you fight the administration? You find yourself in a very awkward state now. Yeah. Yeah, because how can you fight and you I tell you 40% of guys they are innocent. They never committed their crimes, the way I told you. But 60%, I'm 100% sure they committed their crimes because they don't want to change. They don't want to change, and they've decided to stick on their ways, their old ways. They cannot partake in any constructive activity. They don't want to learn. They don't want to go for vocational courses. So they're just there. Anything constructive, they're opposed to it. So they find themselves in problems. And because they're there to be rehabilitated, they find themselves in issues in the administration. But when you go there, you know exactly why you are there. If you are there either by accident or legally, and you trust the process, your life will be so smooth, you'll find yourself outside. The problem with those guys who are there, the 60%, they cannot confess their sins and the wrongs they did. They cannot actualize themselves. They find themselves in problems.
Mtu akidedi akiwa prisoner anazikangwa na gava.
He's taken to mortuary, then the parents will have to take the body thereafter.
Oh.
Yeah.
So hii rumors yenye inaendanga ati kuna kuwa na makaburi prison.
Now maybe a long time ago, but when I was there, no. Okay. I never saw someone be buried there. Yeah.
Awesome. So umetoka, umepiga sherehe.
Yeah.
Sherehe imeisha.
In fact, I was registered to vote as a eligible voter. So I wanted to select to vote for the next president. That's 2017.
Ulitoka election ikiwa due.
Yeah,
July days hapo.
July
ilikuwa inakuwa 29 hapo, si ndio?
That's July 2017. So there in Naivasha you are given a latitude of registering as voters, but now you choose only the president.
Ukiwa prison.
No, okay, that was the first time for me when I was there. So I had to check the validity of my voter's card at the Naivasha town. So I after some few days, like 1 week, I decided to come to Nairobi. So I had to bypass Naivasha town to check validity of my voter's card. If it was then I checked, it was okay. Now I had to partake on the choice of the next Kenya's president in 2017. So I came and voted. I went to Nairobi. I stayed here for 2 weeks. I came to vote. Then I came back to Nairobi. There's my relative here.
Okay.
Then after voting, after the elections, the president was announced to be Honorable Muigai Kenyatta. Then I went back home now because my family had not exhausted embracing me now that I was there for a very long time.
So kila ex-prisoner mpaka sahi ana electing to president.
Yeah, they elect only the president. That's the latitude they've been given by IEBC. They only
an ex-prisoner.
No.
Prisoner and ex-prisoner.
No, the prisoners.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, but after your release, you assume you are no more right.
Right.
Okay. You become a common Kenyan now. Yeah.
So umerudi mtaani.
I came, then I found everything was in a mess. So as a man, you know, being born a man, it means you are everything. Then I told you I was the firstborn. So I had to now construct my house. You know, I was there, nothing, I had no money. So I had to source some little money from there and there. Construct very fast my house. Then now, forge way forward now, how life will be, because a man in my community cannot depend on someone you're supposed to be the one to give direction. Direction means financial support, being responsible in short.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is that we are talking about 2017 towards the end, early 2018. So I constructed my house. Then I did some little farming a little bit. Then come around August 2018, I decided not to come to Nairobi fully because I had come for the first time, I told you.
Yeah.
Then I saw how the city is. Then I sourced some few months for the fair. Then I came now. On my own now, independently, without any support from anyone, because I had to fight for my own life. Now that there's no one who can look after you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been hustling here and there, 2018, 2019, 2020, COVID is there now for us. Now everything now is messed up now again.
Yeah.
You return out to zero, you are locked up in Nairobi, you hustle now, you see. That's how I've been life in short.
So umekuwa tu kisurvive tu na hustle hapa kule?
No permanent job, but now I've been just teaching, but now those are not permanent jobs. There you see, they're temporary. Yeah. So for you to fully support your family, at least you need to have a very stable job that you can not only support your family but also support yourself and even now enhance your academics.
Yeah.
That is, yeah.
Wow. So sai unafunza wapi?
There's a school there in Kariobangi. There's a certain secondary school there. I've been teaching for some quite time. That is after even COVID until today now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Inakupeleka vipi?
You have to adapt and adjust to the situation. Now that you cannot aim for many and you don't have. So you only try as you try level best to look for other places you can maneuver. Yeah, but if you can get a very good stable job, it can be better for us now to forge way forward.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what kind of help are you open to? Maybe kuna msichana to watch na
this
ako
guy
interested.
Me, the first thing it has been my dream as an educator. It's something that is inborn. I've tried to run away from it, but now it's like it's in my DNA. I cannot, because these sciences I've taught for quite some time. There's sciences, biology, chemistry. At the same time, I'm a good psychologist. When I was there, I pursued a diploma in psychological studies, also biblical studies there, and also have paralegal skills. Now that I passed through the same, I had to know how about the law.
Yeah.
Right now, I know what's the law.
Okay. So ukasoma paralegal.
Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly. I can offer paralegal services to anyone who wish, and more importantly, to help my fellow youths, especially those young guys who doesn't know what's the law. If I can get those avenues on how to tell them how they should carry themselves in society, it can be very well. Because an awkward situation like what I was in is not what I want my fellow or any other Kenyan to be in. Because you are in a problem that you can't even explain how you got yourself in.
Yeah.
And these are the situations that mostly many young guys interact with. Many people inside there. They're there because of peer pressure.
Yeah.
Wanafuata tu mtu kwa sababu umefuatwa. Sasa hiyo umeshikwa na polisi, wewe ujue hata hii kitu umeshikwa nayo. Aya, hii kitu nasikia drug abuse. It's real. There are so many people they are there because of drugs. When you abuse drugs, first of all, they affect your normal functioning. You find yourself in crime that you not do. You have intention of not committing even. Then the issue of focus. If you lose focus outside here, you give up. That's the worst crime, by the way. Giving up. If you give up, now you are next to a dead body. When you give up, that's the end of it now.
Okay.
Yeah. So the only advice I can offer to those guys, I know they may be watching me. First of all, they must maximize their time there. Nothing is permanent in this world, my brother. Nothing. It's only change. But nothing is permanent. Na hakuna kitu eziisha. You know, when I say this way, there are guys who think I'm joking. But I'm telling the truth.
Yeah.
Because we are here today because of the decisions we made yesterday. So now, if you want to be very flexible and adjust yourself to tomorrow, then you must plan your today. And that's what exactly I want those guys to do. They should plan and compose themselves on how they should live when they are being released. Yeah. And that's to maximize all the activities and any constructive activity they partake in there. Very important. Then secondly, they should reactualize themselves. They should accept themselves. For those of them who have committed crimes, they should confess. Secondly, accept themselves and move on. And those of you who never did and they find themselves in that awkward situation, they should also accept themselves. It's a healing process. Very, very important. Yeah. And also forge their way forward and engage themselves in very constructive activities. If they use academics, let them learn with all the heart. Yeah. If it means trainings, because we have several trainings there, let them partake them because they are going to be very constructive upon their release. Okay. Very important. Yeah.
That's awesome. Someone would love to reach out to you maybe. Amesikia unahitaji a permanent job opportunity. Or maybe tu mtu anataka kukuambia asante for your story. Anaweza kufikia through number gani?
Okay, I can, my number is, I only use Safaricom.
Yeah, Safaricom is the best. Most of the people prefer that.
Yeah. My fellow Kenyans can reach me through 0799331211. It's very simple. Awesome. 0799331211. And for those of you who want to meet me over email, that's Barasa, BARASA, then Isaac, ISAAC 273@gmail.com. Awesome. But now B with the small letter, the lowercase. Yeah.
Awesome, that's nice. So
exactly.
Let's pray to God. Fresh.
Yes, I know He has a purpose.
And I love the fact that you're positive about life.
Very positive.
And that's the only way to go.
Yeah, exactly. Kitu muhimu sana.
Yeah.
Giving up is the worst mistake you can ever do.
True.
So very important, my brother.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So Wadau, kindly reach out to Isaac. Na John, all will be well. Kama umetuwatch to this fine, you haven't clicked on the subscribe button, I don't know what you're waiting for. We are on our way to 20,000 subscribers, and it can't be possible without you guys. And also, do not forget to tell a friend about Itugi TV. And also, if you have an interesting story, kama ya Isaac, reach us out through these numbers na itakuwa fresh pia. If you also share with your family and friends waweze kulearn from these stories. So follow us on each other social media platform kama Itugi TV. Follow the guy ever behind the scenes anaitwa Derek. Yeah, and you can also follow me on each and every social media platform kama Tutasonko. And until our next video, that was our time with Isaac.